You've been there, in the trenches, fighting them. You know what they're capable of.
With the launch of Mass Effect 3 tantalizingly close now, we took a look back at how far the stellar series has come since the 2007 release of the original game. Some things never change, for example Shepard's inability to politely end a conversation.
I should go.
But some things do, and significantly so. With plenty of fans concerned about Mass Effect 3 taking the franchise away from its RPG roots and too far into all-out shooter territory, we cast an eye over 4 key elements and how they've evolved. So how does Mass Effect 3 compare to Mass Effect 1 and 2? Originally a 360 exclusive, Mass Effect was released back in 2007, with the early trailers depicting an extremely different looking Commander Shepard. Character movement was originally quite stiff and limited. Moving to cover involved walking straight into it, and was often a bit temperamental. Luckily, over the years, Shepard has loosened up a bit, becoming much more mobile and flexible. With multi-layered combat areas in Mass Effect 3, Shepard had to adapt, and now has a much expanded roster of moves. In Mass Effect, you had a high inventory limit of 150 items, and could carry pretty much an entire arsenal around with you in Mass Effect 2. But in 3, you are much more limited by what you can carry. Carrying more weapons greatly increases power cooldown, and carrying fewer holds the opposite effect. Conversations are a huge part of the Mass Effect experience, but Shepard was allowed to go one step further in the second game, with the option to interject a Paragon or Renegade interruption if the situation demanded it. This could range from a hug, to maybe a punch, or even shoving someone out of a window.
Remember the old days when you could just slap omni-gel on everything?
Yes, we certainly do. Omni-gel, or the Mass Effect universe's answer to gaffer tape, was the all-purpose substance that you could use to fix the Mako and unlock things with back in Mass Effect 1. Provided you had invested enough points into yours or a squad mate's decryption talent, there were mini-games that you could play to unlock crates. Sadly, by the time Mass Effect 2 rolled around, that Deus Ex Machina was gone. Instead, matching pins and highlighting the correct code sequences replaced the original hacking minigames and were available for all Shepards, even the untech-savvy ones. That meant that you didn't have to leave what could be valuable space loot behind just because your decryption skills weren't up to scratch. From what we've seen of hacking in Mass Effect 3, the system appears to be more akin to the second game than the first, and in the demo we are shown that a new door scanning system is in place. Back in Mass Effect, Shepard could unlock as many as 12 talents, each with 12 ranks to fill with points that were obtained by leveling up. But when it came to 2, the number of talents was reduced, renamed as powers, and they had fewer ranks. By reaching rank 4 of a power, you could upgrade it to one of 2 more powerful options. In Mass Effect 3, powers upgrade linearly, but only for the first 3 ranks. By level 4, you must choose one of 2 different branches of the power. Branching again at ranks 5 and 6 allows you to customize Shepard's attacks more than ever before. The weapon system was a fun but sometimes laborious aspect of Mass Effect 1. There were a whole host of guns that you could collect, equip and customize, but scrolling through the large, unorganized inventory was a pain and pulled players away from the action. All changed for the sequel then, as Mass Effect 2 contained fewer weapons to use and mods were no longer available to equip. More importance was attached to ammo types, and they became part of the power wheel. Ammo type could be changed quickly mid-firefight, and if upgraded enough, added to your squad mate's weapons too. The final installment in the trilogy is set to go back to its RPG roots, promising more weapons than 2, and mods make a return. Benches scattered around levels allow you to add up to 2 mods to each weapon, and you can now pick up and equip the guns of your defeated foes. Shepard's slightly wimpy punch to knock back enemies has been upgraded, and is now a devastating attack that can obliterate foes completely. Easily the biggest change to the franchise is the addition of multiplayer. While saving the galaxy as Shepard was purely a solo affair, you can now play to win war assets to help against the fight with the Reapers. Playing with up to 3 others allows you to take on waves of bad guys and work as a team to win. Also new is the ability to play as another race, including Krogan, Asari, Salarian, Drell, and Quarian. So while these are just some of the changes we know of so far, to see the full extent of Mass Effect's evolution, we're going to have to wait until release day.